So I've been working on this multiplayer game. It's not very far progressed, but the basic structure is coming along. So when you visit the index page, one of the first things that happens is it creates this cookie, and the cookie is like your IP address, user agent, and some other random data that's being just hashed, and that becomes your unique user ID. You know, hopefully, no two hashes would be the same, but I didn't write in something so that the if two hashes are the same, then it would kind of screw it up. And when it creates the hash, there is a file that is created in a RAM disk. So like if I were to right now I don't have any cookies because I deleted them, but I'm going to reload the page, and it's created me like a unique user ID of D64C. And in the RAM disk, it's right there. It just writes a 1 to the file. All I really need is the file name to be like existing, so we know that this person exists. These other ones are just ones that were existing in the past. And I was gonna set it up so you can create rooms, like so you can have multiple games going on the same server, but I don't even know if that would work. Like if I set this up on some cheap like VPS thing or something like that, I don't even know if that's capable of running multiple games on the same server, but you never know. So I'll join game room 1, which is being I already created it earlier. It's just finding all the directories in the room folder on the RAM disk. So there it is, room 1. Okay, so the red dot is someone that I created previously, and the green dot is obviously the person that I'm controlling right now. I should actually remove that. I haven't set up anything to like clean up players who like just leave the Ajax room or anything. Like they just stay in there forever. So I'm just gonna like remove that person, and you'll see them disappear. Okay. What else? So whenever you join, it instantiates all these directories, and the way it works is like you don't want to be reading and writing to the same file, because like everyone is reading from everyone else, but you're only writing to your own files. But I've just found that it just doesn't work out. So it instantiates all these directories, and like left, right, up, down, and stuff for setting the booleans of whether you've pressed left, right, up, down. Also your current X and Y position. So if I go into one of these directories, I'm just going to go into the only person that's in this room and go into like down, I guess. And you have all these files in here. And PHP will select the last file that existed and use that as the current status. And once there's too many files, it'll start wrapping around, like 6 will disappear. I'll press down a bunch of times, and you've now pressed down a bunch of times. So if I cat 49, it's like, oh wait, no. That's just the Boolean status. If I hold down and keep holding down. Well, so it says 1, comma, the time that you press down. And if I, right now we're not going down. And it tells you the time when you stopped, although that's not really necessary. So our X position has changed 13 times, I guess. But, so if I, press left and stuff, it's changed a lot more. So if you're pressing like right and left at the same time, it's not going to do anything. Like it'll just keep you in one spot, but you can still move up and down while pressing left and right at the same time. So it's let me find an example. So it's like getting all the files in the X directory, finding the one that's the highest number, then we're just saying that's what the current X position is. If there's more than 6 of them, start deleting from the lowest number. This is like the left Boolean, so we also do the same thing. You get the last one. If it's if there's more than 6, then start deleting them. And the current left position is like whether you're currently pressing left is set there. So if is set left, that means like if you did press left in the game and Ajax has sent out that you pressed left. And if you're currently not moving left, then and you did press left, then it creates a new file of 1, meaning true, and it has the last file and increments it, so that becomes the next one. And if you stopped pressing left, and if you're currently going left, then it sets it as 0. So if in the file it says that you are currently going left, then it gets the current time minus the time that you pressed it, and then multiplies it by the player speed and subtracts it from the current X value. And then, does that file looping thing to create the newest X position. If you stop pressing left. If not, it just, it spits out not what's in the file, but what it's calculating based on the last time you pressed left. So it's kind of cool because in here, the only way that this rectangle, the green rectangle, is even showing up is from the update.php. It's being parsed. Where is it? Here. And I'll show you what the update.php. So it's like it's an array of arrays, and 1 means you are the player, 0 means you're someone else, and then just your current X and Y position, which, I mean, you can set it here if you want to, like you'll see the X value start to decrease a lot, then change it back to 0, and it remains the same. It was like at 500, now it's at 294. So you can't just say like I moved left like 100 pixels and then expect the server, like there's no room for someone cheating and saying that they moved left like 1,000 pixels or something and did something like that. Although I have not programmed in like you can easily just go straight off the edge of the world, you know. There's nothing programmed in for that yet. So the cool part is if I create a new window without cookies and go to do the same thing and join this room, now we have, oh wait, he's not moving. Oh wow. Well, oh okay, I see. I didn't program in yet to like whenever you stop, it's going to tell you where they are. I have to also calculate. So it's kind of cool. Okay, I have to calculate where they actually are. Which means I have to put basically all of this code back into, I guess not all of it. So the part that tells everyone else where everyone else is like this long, and then the player movements is like way longer. So, okay. I guess I only really need this part of the left, right, whatever. I'm hoping this will work. I'll just move left and see if it works. Oh no. Okay, I'm probably just botching this. Okay. Oh, I forgot the if statement. Yeah, I forgot the if statement. Okay. It's like, yeah. Everyone's used the Control-Z method. There's no shame. Okay. I'd forgotten whether I had like cut that text or copied it. Like I'm pretty sure I had copied it, but I'm just making sure. Okay, it's like at the original behavior. I don't know what I just did. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to change something. Put cookie instead of player. Oh, syntax error. Okay, that's what I was expecting. But of course, if you move right, it's still not going to work like that. I have to set that up, and same is true all around. But left. At least you can see it moving left. Okay. Let me quickly do that, hopefully. Okay, left and right are set up. Just don't press down because it's gonna do something weird. I wonder what'll happen. So upwards. Okay. Sort of. That's interesting. Oh, okay. Is it also moving faster than it should? Oh yeah, because I'm doing the same thing twice. Okay. Like down has all the right stuff in it. I was just wondering what would happen. I mean, the left and right sides of the screen look pretty synchronized. There's no collision detection yet for like if you're overlapping with another person or edge of the screen, anything else. I was gonna set it up so like PHP would draw a line segment between the green dot and the red dot and check, like maybe have like a, I don't know, some kind of cover that you can hide behind, and if that line segment intersects with the cover, then you can't see the person that's behind it. But that's a long way off. But anyway, this is what exists so far, and there are different ways to do it. I've done like reading and writing to the same file in the past, but that really does not seem to work very well. So I'm just creating like a never-ending counter of files. Yeah, I mean they're pretty far up there, but like even if you start and stop moving a million times, it's not going to be like a million isn't that big of a number compared to the file name length. Not really sure what else I wanted to show. Thanks for watching this if you found it interesting. I guess this is getting like ridiculously long for something that happens in a 30th of a second. But it doesn't matter, like you could drop it down to, I don't know, whatever, like, so 30 frames per second, let's do like 12. Like that still works. It's just that the more frames you do, the more it's gonna, like, look at that. It's like, if you do it as fast as you possibly can, it adds up very quickly. There's also no fallbacks if like I should program that in like if you started going left and this failed somehow, it would resend that left action. Yep, so I was gonna make it so you can like fire bullets at people and the bullets disappear when they hit the wall, and then like add cover that you can hide behind, and then if you lose if you lose line of sight with a player, then they'll disappear until you can see them again. At least like if you drew a line between these two and there was like a bar here, you wouldn't be able to see him.